Hello students. Today's objectives are going to be to calculate area, volume, and perimeter, and then work into figuring out how to apply that into our landscaping problems. We've already done this once or twice. We did area before, and we also did volume before. And I'm going to use, instead of perimeter, let's use length. So, step one, we need to record the length of the trail identified by Carol. I don't have the numbers that we're going to go through. Ebony and Hannah have those numbers, so you guys are going to have to fill in those blanks as we go. So we're going to need to record the length in the trail identified by Carol. So let's just use some numbers. These are not the actual numbers, so please do not feel these are the actual numbers. Instead, I want you to, while you're watching the video, fill those numbers into the sheet. You guys can work together as a class. So, step one. I'm just going to use 50 for easiness. So I'm putting in 50. You won't be doing this. You'll be filling in the question that has on the video. We then go down to here, and I think, but I don't know for sure, I'm using these as a generality, that step 2 here is use these given. So the large stepping stones were 2 feet wide. I don't know for sure. You're going to have to go up to the front of the classroom and measure them. The small stepping stones, this again is wrong. You need to come up with how many feet they actually were in that range, or you can come up with how many inches in that range. It doesn't matter. You can change these to inches or feet. Just make sure you have your label. Next, Hannah or Ebony, one of the two, or both of you, took pictures of what we laid out yesterday. What I want is the total length of the rough draft that we made in feet. This would be like this pattern down here. So we did like a big one, 5 small ones, a big one, 5 small ones, a big one, 5 small ones. What I want you guys to do is figure out what yours was. For instance, I think you measured it. It was the last measurement that you guys did of the day, and I'm going to say it was 15 feet. Again, that is probably not what it is. From that 15 feet, you can figure out how many large stones and small stones there were. You should be able to look at Hannah's picture or Ebony's picture. You had it at 15 feet. We can then start to figure out how many small and how many big ones were in there. So I don't remember for sure, but I'm going to guess that there was 1, 2, 3. This is the number of large stones. There were 15 stones in my little example, but again, you're going to hear this a lot through these. These are not the actual numbers. You need to come up with your actual numbers. 15 stones. Then you have the total length of the trail. I said the total length of the trail was 50 feet. Divide that by the rough draft length, which I said was 15. So we got 15, or 50, divided by 15, which gives us 3.3. I would rather have extra than I would have less, so I'm going to round that up. So I'm going to scratch the 3.3, which would be what you would have gotten, and I'm just going to scratch that off just so that you can still see it's there, but I'm going to round it to 4. So if we have 4 of these sections up here, that would then mean I have a total of, oh boy, I need to change this number. I just noticed that. That's not 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5 is 10. Sorry about that. We have 10. So 10 times 4, if we have 4 of these, that would be 40. 3 times 4 would give us 12 big ones. So that's how many total stones we have. We need to make then that many. As we go through here then, take the total number of small stones, which was 40, take the total number of large stones, which was 12, times the volume of the small stone. You're going to have to get the area and then take the area times the depth of that stepping stones, which are in the front of the classroom, and figure it out. I am just going to guess here that my volume, again, this is just total guesstimates. These aren't for sure anything. I'm going to say the length of it is, let's just zip out of that. I'm going to say the length of it was the radius was 4 inches times, it's pi r squared, so 4 times 4, or squared, is 16, times pi, which would be 3.14, would be an area on the small one of 49 inches. However, you have to figure out our volume, so then we take that 49 inches times 2, which is 2 inches deep, I don't know for sure. That's the volume of our small stone. With our small stone then, we're 92 inches, or 99 inches. There is a total of 40 of them. Would give us, we need a total of, go back to there, a total of 3,968 cubic inches. We do the same thing with our large stones. With our large stones, I don't remember for sure, but you guys can get these numbers. I think our radius was about 11. We had that 11 times 11 times 3.14 gives us our area. We then take our depth of 2 inches, gives us a area or a volume of 759. We then take that times 12 and we get a total of, I did it again, there, now we got it, 956. I'm just going to round that up a little. We get it 9,119 cubic inches. Uh-oh, I don't remember what that number was. Do I still have it up here? Oh shoot, we gotta divide that by 12 just so that I have it. 700, this should be then 759 cubic inches. Okay, we then take add the small and the large together, which would be taking this plus 3, 6, 8, wow, read the number, 3, 6, 9, 6, 8, there, would be then a total of 13,000 square inches. This again is not the right number, so you can't copy these. These aren't exactly what we had, so these numbers will be different, but this could be how you guys can work through this. Then we need to change the inches cubed into feet, so we take the 13,000 divided by, because there is 1,728 cubic inches in 1 cubic foot, we then get a total of, holy buckets of crud nuggets, 7.5, but we round that up, so we round this one up. Again, we do the same thing as we did before. I can't go buy 7.57 bags of concrete, so we aren't going to be able to do that one. We got to round it up. No, never mind. I'm wrong. There. So we have 7.5 cubic feet. With that 7.5 cubic feet, the last thing that we do is figure out how many bags we need. If we have 7.5 cubic feet total, we then take our 7.5 divided by, there's 0.45 cubic feet in each bag of concrete. Take that total number up here, the 7.57, divided by 0.45. And we need 17 bags of concrete to do the whole thing. What I would like you to do then today is change these numbers, and maybe you did this as you went along, and put in your actual numbers. Before you say, I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't get it, those are just filler words. With filler words, what I'm meaning by that is go back and watch the video again. These outline them in specifics of exactly what you need to do. So go back, watch the video again, and plug in the numbers and figure out how many bags of concrete you guys get. This is the answer that I would like. You are welcome to work in teams, work as a group of 5, however you want to do it. As you go towards your midterm next week, Katie, what I want you to be able to do is something in this range. I will give you all the givens for this, and you should be able to work all the way through figuring out from converting from cubic inches to cubic feet to figuring out areas and volumes. So what today's objectives were: to calculate an area, volume, and length of a specific landscape area so that you guys can develop a plan of how many bags of concrete I need to purchase.